Uncle Jocelyn, peace, prosperity, love. Gonna get started with the live stream. I'll share my screen for a market update. All right, I'm gonna start on British pound, US dollar. I'm gonna start fresh. So let me clear all these drawings. Let me zoom out. And I'll put one horizontal line right here at the bottom. We had it as a 2 point for those lines. I'm gonna put the top of here. Okay, this is the area we're working with on the daily. On the weekly, yeah, I'm gonna note this spot right here. And for the wick strap, I'm gonna put a little red. All right, let's go to the 3 hour. We have a huge engulfing candle right there on the 3 hour, so definitely looks like it was going to continue down. And right here at this spot, let's do a color of green. Okay, so like right there, we actually are below where that last low happens. So we're in this little channel right here. In this channel. Let's go to the 1 hour. In the 1 hour, we just keep coming up and touching that, and hasn't shown any sign of breakage. So what I'm thinking is that we're gonna go downwards to this area right here, to the yellow line. So with that being the case, we want to just watch it right here on the 15-minute. It's squeezing super tight. So I do believe that to be a sign of a big movement coming through. And since we have been breaking down a lot, by a lot, I don't see any reason why we should expect any reversal here on the upside. I mean, we do have, the only thing we have is this candle right here that just couldn't even break this spot right here, you know. So, and right there we see it going down. I'm gonna get my trend line here. I'm gonna do one of these. I think the move might happen soon, so that's why I wanted to get on at this time. Let me see on the 1 hour and 5 minute. I was kind of noticing, I want to see if there's any kind of, any kind of wedge. Honestly, it just looks like really sideways right here. That's what I'm seeing. Like, we're just like right here in the middle. And so I could definitely see the price coming back down to this area touching. But what I think we want to look for is a breakout of that spot, because like right now, it's just in this area. Although there is a little bit of there is the fact that this went down like that a bit. So, but I don't think that's significant enough. I'm gonna look at the wicks. So yeah, we're in this sideways trend. Most likely continuation downwards. So gonna wait for a decision right here. Let me go to, I've been watching this paired with UJ. So UJ, I'm gonna clear everything. I'm gonna go back to the daily, actually weekly. And thick line here. Make it orange, golden. Thick line here. Where it looks like it was a bounce off support. And now we've gone above the moving average. Let's go daily. Daily. Got that line there. I'm gonna put green. So when we see a breakout of that line on a daily, I will definitely expect even more upward movement. We just moved so up right now, so like entering right now might not be ideal because we could get a little bit more of a bounce down. So really right now, patience is important. Let's look at the 3 hour. We've been on an uptrend without a doubt. So yeah, and I'm putting it like that because it looks like it went under for a moment, but now it's back above. So I definitely think continuation up on USD JPY. It just doesn't look like it's moving. You know, on the 15-minute, we had this one engulfing candle, I noticed, but it didn't engulf this one. So because of that, I wouldn't. Let me put this trend line as like, yeah. Yeah, it's because of that, I wouldn't take it too serious that it's gonna go back down. Yeah, on the 5-minute, we're below the moving average, so yeah, maybe just a little bounce off that. But if I'm gonna zoom back out because I think it's more relevant up here because this right here, it's so small. So yeah, we've been on an uptrend without a doubt. We're gonna see the tops. Yeah, so honestly, we could get a little bounce down from there and then retest that or here. Got this little level to be weary of. But to be honest, I don't think. I think that after all these big moves, there's definitely some pullback that could happen. So just be careful of that one. I don't know if that's like necessarily wedge worth noting, but I'm gonna keep it in my perspective there. But yeah, I can see it's just going up and invalidating whatever that wedge is. So I'm gonna leave that there for a sec. I'm gonna go gold. Gold, I'm anticipating the price to hit this line or go a little bit below here. So but yeah, for gold, I will say it looks like it's heading its way down to this 1810 level. Aloha, aloha, welcome in, welcome in. Good to see you, good to see you. Yeah, we're just going through gold right now. We've had a big movement downward. And oh, your mic's muted, by the way, so
I have a baby and like nursery rhymes going on in the background, but I just wanted to show
okay.
up and say happy birthday.
Thank you, thank you,
Talk
thank
about
you.
gold.
Yeah, feeling good, feeling empowered and uh yeah, it's a good year. I actually for my birthday I had gotten oh we got Daniel coming in.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to distract you. I would love
No,
to
no,
hear. I
no
mean, it is
worries.
just us.
No
But
worries. I actually just finished some a quick analysis on British pound and US dollars. So yeah, I'll take a little break in between because I want to show you all that you're in here. I want to show you these cards I got. Let me
oh
stop.
my God, a new deck.
I got this
Ooh.
deck. It's
Is that mods on there?
yeah, my this
Oh
one's the
my
Balance Affirmation
gosh.
Oracle cards. And what I really like about these is that check them out. So you pull them to the back, it says, my nature is divine. I'm a spiritual being. Uh
I love
I'm
this.
grateful for myself, for my life. Grateful for my life.
Question.
Uh-huh.
Question. Is it 42 cards?
42 cards, yeah.
Oh my gosh, am I silly? Is it so 42 cards? But hold on.
I listen
Sorry,
to
I
my
wanted to show you.
intuition and trust my inner guide.
So this is have you ever heard of the 42 ideals of
Uh-huh.
Mott? It's not
Indeed.
showing. Oh, I know why, because the background thing. Hold up. I mean non-blur.
There we go.
42 ideals of Mott. Yeah, I just went through 42 days of working with these different affirmations. So it's beautiful to see that there's like a deck that I can play with instead of me and my old school way of doing things.
Yeah, I highly recommend ordering it, and let me show you real quick. I'm gonna share my screen again so I can show you where I got it. You can make a note of that. All right. What's up, Daniel? Welcome in, welcome in. Aloha. Okay.
Yay, Pam's coming in.
Yo, yo.
Hey.
So I had gotten them here. It was M Fundishi. Fundishi.
Oh, so they're like it's a unique deck only available, not like just like on Amazon.
Yeah, I don't know if it's on Amazon, but I got it from his website. His dot this is a great teacher in the Kemetic wisdom. And his daughter made this deck. So if you go to shop here, it's got some cool stuff. I just bought this Ankh from there too. So real
Ooh,
stoked about that.
okay.
Yeah, that's right here. But this is the Balance Affirmation Oracle deck. Uh and yeah, I
Ooh,
love
with
it.
the lotus on there. I just seen all the details. Wow, she's fire.
Yeah, it's super nice. 30 bucks. Well worth it. Is like the best deck I've ever owned. They have a few other ones that are more like, you pull a card, you read just like the a different style, but I like how this is just like simple. Like you don't even need the booklet for people to read through. You just got the
Yeah.
powerful, short and to the point messages.
Yeah, one of the beautiful things about working with the ideals of Mott is it's really open for interpretation. And if, like, on my own personal journey, doing each affirmation each day, I just understood each of the affirmations or each of the ideals just to different varying degrees. Like one of my favorites is the second one, and it's I benefit with gratitude. And it's truly like, yo, like I really benefit with gratitude. When I'm grateful, I be benefiting from stuff and it's
Oh,
just receiving because
definitely.
you're just grateful, right? So that one was one of my
Definitely.
favorites going in. So it's really beautiful working with her. Thank you for putting me on. My Egyptian side is like, oh my God, yes, more places to find more information.
Yeah, and I put the link on the consciousness part of the Discord, but I'm gonna put it in here in the chat too. So if y'all want to grab
Thank
yourselves a
you.
deck, this is it's real nice because affirmations are powerful, and um it's nice when I just need a good affirmation. I'm gonna pull this deck out and let's see. Here we go. I am the architect of my life. I build its foundation and choose its contents.
Ooh,
Yep, yep. Things like that. So,
the reminder, no matter what I'm going through.
mm-hmm.
Thank you for
Um,
sharing that, Amala.
my pleasure. Since y'all here, and I had just gone through a little bit of a view. I wanna show you because there's some moves happening in the market right now, and I want us just to be aware. I'm gonna start with the British pound US dollar. Is that we last night probably like at 9 or 10 p.m. Hawaii time. It's probably like 2 in the morning for others, but like uh we just had such a massive move downwards for the and on the US dollar we had a massive move upwards. So I'm not really seeing any moments right now where I wanna make any entries. I wrote a little ways down, but like right now we're on GU, we're on this like let me show you. It looks better on the 15-minute, but we're just in this sideways trend and like it's squeezing so much right now. My thought is that it's gonna continue downwards just because like there's really no sign here of reversal. Um so I'm just waiting to see this broken out of to think about like maybe getting in an entry there, but right now like it's just like just keeps moving back and forth on these levels. So and then on USD I'm gonna delete this little thing right here because this was just a little something. Um Cody had shown that he anticipates the price going up here, and I agree that we have been going up uh quite a lot this last month pretty much. And right now we broke above on this 3 hour. We broke above this and created even a new high. Uh and like on the 15, I actually did see there's just this small engulfing candle, but there's a chance it could go a little lower. But like I feel like it's having these type of movements right now that's like you can't really risk trying to get into any reversals. You just gotta find like a little support and then make an entry if we want to write it up. But yeah, it's looking like it's just engulfing candle after engulfing candle bullish. Um so yeah, I would see it maybe touching this 139 level on the weekly before, maybe having a little bit of a reversal of any kind. Um but yeah, I don't want to make any assumptions right now. So I was trying to get some trades in earlier today, but like the market was just confusing me because I didn't know what I was gonna do. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna take a pause for today and just take a look and wait till we approach at least one of these levels before making another entry. Because right now, like yeah, it's just like you could long it and then have a stop loss down here. It's a possibility. But yeah, I'm in no rush, no rush. I just have like a couple percent more on my funded challenge to get phase one finished. So I'm gonna take it nice and slow. I still got like 20 something days left, and I've been having a lot of success. Like last week I had a really successful trading week, and it was just from being patient, just like being patient, waiting till the opportunities come, and then like I've had so much more success now, like realizing don't trade. Like that's the best message. Like right now, don't have to trade. So yeah. So a little thought I have. If we do see on USD, if we do see it like come back in this level and supporting still, it might be a good entry. But yeah, right now, just waiting. And the
I
last
was
other thing. Oh yeah, go for it.
okay. So I get like the technical parts, right? Like having the rules and stuff. But on like one other perspective, like do you ever get any like physical like gut feelings like, oh, now is the time? Do you notice like that trend in how you trade now?
Yeah, I think when it's a good day, that inner radar is like in tune. And like right now, my gut feeling just tells me don't trade, just wait. Like that's the gut feeling. So, but like last week, I had some good moves where I was just like, okay, enter now, like trust, and it was like one after the other on a roll. So yeah, it's important to listen to that intuition because our intuition is spot on, um, and we really learning how to trust ourselves on deeper levels so that we rise into our divine empowered position that human beings are divine beings. We're creators and creatresses in a human body, and I believe our the ancient teachers in the wisdom they left for us ways for us to realize our potential. Not that we become like subservient to anybody or like become, but like just to really serve nature, I would say. And I'm realizing the more I let go to nature, the more I'm in tune with her frequency, with the balance of the frequencies. Then my decision to just like feel in flow state, and has been a great transformation coming into my Saturn return and stepping into a deeper sense of manhood, purpose, and responsibility. Is like I am I'm connecting more with my roots, connecting more with who I am, and I think that that is the highest currency, to just keep connecting with ourselves. Everything else gonna come automatically. I believe. I believe. Not automatically without effort, but like automatically, as in our intuition will be so spot on and be like, all right, let's make this move, that move, and it's like divine empowered intelligence coming through. Yep, that's kind of how I feel on there.
Thank you for that answer. I was really thinking about like just as you were talking about like the ways that we kind of program like our alarms or our like triggers and stuff, and
Mm.
just I you know just deepening into the like subconscious programming part of what we're learning with the Ascended Trader course, and like and what ways can I do that? Because I know one of the things in manifestation that I've learned, um that like I've in practice I've experienced where like I'll like, hey, I want to manifest this thing, and then universe send me a sign that's like a yes, this is it. And so um that's manifested itself in interesting ways. So I was just wondering how I could do that with trading as I start to like learn and like practice all these, methods and the rules and patterns and stuff like that as I start integrating all of it.
Absolutely. it is really uh had a card I pulled here. It tells it had a nice message that says that uh I generate abundance, was saying. I generate abundance. And I was thinking that that abundance is part of our nature, is that we there's infinite energy in the universe, and there's enough for everyone. There's not enough that can be ever depleted fully. Of course, interaction really messes with nature, and we have a great responsibility. But in the end of the day, I believe the universe has everything we need to be happy. And the more we're in tune with that, the more we're in tune with nature, the doors start opening. And I think with trading too is it um has to be treated as in, like, I almost see it like, what's the purpose for why I'm trading? And one of the reasons that gives me motivation is I'm thinking my family suffered poverty far too long. They had to struggle. They were taught mindsets that were keeping them in that poverty. They didn't for a long time didn't believe that they were worthy of abundance, or of being wealthy. And I know um that for me, I want to bring that energy back into my life, into my family's life. And um I think, I think of this term as reparations, that it's like a sense of that, like, instead of thinking, because a lot of people will think and have a little bit of a subconscious fear, like, well, isn't the market like the same, like, isn't it the same kind of like um people are involved that like control all the wealth and all that kind of stuff, and that can give a little bit of a fear and a doubt. But when I realize I'm taking my money back from them by being smart and wise, and being disciplined, I'm gonna take I'm gonna take that energy that really it belongs to the people, or belongs to us. uh and I think when we really feel like that belongs to us, it's gonna give more of power to be receiving that. And if there's that anxiety, like, I gotta get it all right away, that's where the blurriness of consciousness happens, where we're not able to see things clearly. But when we feel like, through gradual, just like a plant, and we plant a tree, it's gonna take time for the fruits to grow. It can't force it. So I think with trading, the same way, is like, we're gonna plant the seed. We're gonna identify our risk. We're gonna accept that risk. We're gonna know both outcomes of what a trade can go. But we're gonna be consistent with it, and in that consistency, in being calm, peaceful, and empowered in it, we will be profitable, like super profitable. And it's taken me a while, honestly, to realize how important it is to accept my risk. But I think that's one of the most important things of trading, is like, got that stop loss in, get the right entry in, and just like surrender to it. And if I notice I have any kind of anxiety, any type of fear, is because I'm just putting too big of a trade in. And if my stop loss is gonna get hit out in a way that's gonna really affect me, then I'm taking too big of a risk. So
Mm.
like, when I calm myself down and be like, I don't gotta make $1 million like next week. I'm gonna focus on, like, oh, I gotta get like consistent $5 here, consistent $10 here, like. And yeah, make it in such a way that I'm risking like very such a small amount that I can forget about that I even open up a trade. I think that's like where the success comes in, when I can just like not think about it too much. And I've been on
Okay.
both spectrums, both ends. So
Okay. I was thinking about something, a comment that had came up in on Instagram about like kind of like our programs. And you brought
Mhm.
something up about you shared your story about your family. And one of the things that was coming up for me, because this person had commented about like using trading as a way to reveal these beliefs, these shadows, right? And
Mhm.
then to challenge them instead of submitting to it, to challenge it in a way that is like, you know what, all right, I'm gonna surrender, I'm gonna try it out, and
Mhm.
finding the surrender in that piece. And the only reason why i I think about that comment now is because even with like my family story, right, I think this is a very, I mean, I think for a lot of us, well, of course 99% of us have these stories that we've been told like throughout our families. And I think one of the things I've done recently is transformed my story. So where that was the story at one point, the story, that's truth is still there, but the story is actually I'm overcoming, or I'm triumphing. I'm the one that's healing that wound. That's really the highlight of the story. Not that, hey, this is the story we've been carrying all this time. And so
Mhm.
like I think about like the ways of like trading and like what kind of energy do I want to go into, and using that as like a guidepost to like getting there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, because
Yeah.
you're changing up. You're the one that's saying like, I'm not gonna repeat this pattern. I'm gonna change the frequency and focus in on the positive. Like I'm healing, and affirming to yourself that you are the healing of your family and what they've gone through, um and that's why you're here. That's why we're all here, is that we uh we take consciousness very seriously. Otherwise it can just join like some Wall Street group or something like that. But this is different, this is different.
Yeah, like because I was like even thinking like what if, how, okay, so you shared your your family story, your
Mhm.
background, and that was what it once was. But what if that is what's also um illuminating your style of trading still?
Mm.
Does that make sense? Sorry, this guy's comment messed me up.
Which one? The journaling. Oh no,
Question.
on
I'll share.
Instagram.
Yeah, I'll find this comment and I'm gonna share it in the chat for all of us to explore, because
Yeah,
like
see what people think about it.
yeah, he was saying something about like, I know a guy that doesn't use any stop losses, is a successful trader, but uses no stop losses. It was, I was on a post that Cody posted about having stop losses and how it's like really important. But then like after reading this guy's comment, I was like, oh, okay. So first we start out with the stop loss, but then like at a certain point when the story shifts, we can change that. Like
Mhm.
we could move into a different place where it's like effortless. Like
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
even have to do nothing. Like you already set this habit for some reason, and you've already got like the what is it called, the neural networks, the pattern already set.
Right.
So
Like this guy is so confident. His probably method is like day trading slash scalping,
let me find
because
it.
I would say that if he's not using a stop loss, he must just be watching his trades, and like if he
We
sees it
don't
go a
even
certain
know
place,
that.
he takes it out.
We don't even know that. We're still, but that's still all speculation. If it was
Yeah.
possible, just like with what he gave us, let
People
me
can
find
lie
this.
on internet too sometimes. So
Okay, so this comment was, so this was on like not having a stop loss is believing that you are, I don't know, it's kind of a confusing post, but like the question was, what are the, okay, so this guy's meditator, like it's his like, beginnings, and he's like, I'm not criticizing this video, because I personally use trading as a high speed process to uncover any beliefs of lack that exist, because trading can do that. but pondering through the relationship with money as it relates to trading puts me in the spiral of questions about both sides of every strategy. And the final answer is always, what is my inner beliefs about my relationship with money? Am I feeling abundant or lack, excitement or fear? Am I doing this out of greed or alignment? And then once my belief align with abundance, it becomes my experience. Sorry, that was like the last half of it. The first half, he was like, where is it? First half, I'm all backwards. From the world of finance, blah, blah, blah. This is where I come from. Um, First, okay, so he goes, the universe will take your money away from you if you are in the vibration of lack. Like the universe will do that like
Mm-hmm.
fast if like you're just willy-nilly, right? Like I can understand that. Like my family is a family of gamblers. Like I've seen this happen. So with or without stop loss, it will the universe has the ability to do that. So he
Mm-hmm.
goes, after having 5 trades get stopped out and then turn around and I miss out on profit, the under and understanding that placing a stop loss sends a signal to the algos as to where there is liquidity. The game is far too complex to say stop loss equals relationship with money. Oh, okay, that's what it was. He was specifically saying that like that he doesn't think it's like mutually exclusive. He's like, I know a trader that does very well and refuses stop loss. And he's like, why? How? His belief system is opposite of Cody's about it, and because he believes it, it becomes his experience. That's what he said.
I'd be
Does
Yo,
curious
that
to
provide
watch
context?
him trade live and see what he does because it definitely is interesting. I think Daniel has something to say. By the way, I saw your comment, Daniel, about journaling, how you feel and just seeing what sensations come up with trading. I think that's real important. For
Mhm.
sure, for sure.
so
With this guy, we need to
I'm
get him into
hearing
the
you.
community. We need to start. We need to talk with him, and we need to like, what's going on over there? We want to know what y'all are doing over there, so we can just see what's happening.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So
Well
one
said.
thing I want to chime in on like the psychology behind trading without a stop loss, because I've done
Mm,
both. I've done like you're just going to hold the position, you're going to set your levels, and you're not going to touch it. And I've also done positions where I'm not willing to set a stop because if it's there's certain things that could invalidate it more quickly than if it were to hit my stop loss. So it's not like I'm just going to let it run, but it's like you're going to manually stop out the orders. But
Mm.
whereas
oh,
what this guy's talking about and what I feel like he's getting at, because there's traders in this market, believe me, that are like 95% win rate. And they just understand the business. They understand what's happening behind the charts so well that they can act from a place of confidence because it's like they understand the cycle. They're right with the cycle. And there are those times where your intuition is going to line up with that as well. And this is where the journaling becomes really important because until you have the confidence associated with a certain action, a certain feeling that you have given the charts, because we all have those sensations come up, whether it's like, oh, I felt a little sharp thing there, but this made me feel light. This made me feel something like that. When we journal those specific sensations, say, okay, I felt this way and this was the result. I felt this way and this was the result. And we see that happening over and over and over. It is a way to have such confidence in your moves that you're not afraid of the loss. In that sense, it's like I would not recommend just like don't trade without a stop. Risk management is super important, but we also have to understand the scale between like looking to take profit and cover the capital versus how much am I willing to lose and how, because I think what you're talking about is this aspect of where setting a stop loss invokes something in your mind that says, I'm putting this level here out of fear, right? To some
mm,
level, that is fear based because it's saying, okay, whether we're afraid or not in the position, we're still putting ourselves in a place where I'm expecting that this could go here, meaning I do not have full confidence in the setup. And if I don't have full confidence in the setup, then that comes down
Mm.
to do I fully believe in myself? Do I fully believe in the subconscious mind that is a genius and can see this for exactly what it is? That's telling me this is what it is and this is how I can act with it. And based on me journaling this for so long and knowing this sensation leads to this result, you ultimately create like a system of strong belief within yourself. It's not to say that like unexpected events don't happen in the market. This is why it's
Yeah.
really wise to use a stop loss. But also, when it comes to like really becoming confident in your setups, we think of it like flying, like a bird, right? Like a bird is going to flap its wings in a certain rhythm. And if that rhythm is correct, it's going to rise, right? It's going to go up with it. And a lot of times it's like, okay, I'm rising up to this branch and I'm setting my stop loss. I'm going to sit right here. I'm rising up to this branch and I'm setting my stop loss. I'm going to sit right here. That works too. They
Okay.
both work, but it's a really advanced mentality, I think, on some level, to actually be able to say, I'm totally in flow with this. And I've observed my actions, my behavior, my emotions for so long that I know I can act with this. And it's going to be in congruence with that aligned vision that I have of what it is that I'm trying to manifest. Does that all make sense?
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm sure
Oh,
that they're not risking like
that
a lot when they're putting on their trades too. Like they probably have big enough accounts that they can afford to go down quite a bit if they're gonna do that method.
yeah.
I think,
That
and this is just a perspective for the sake of a perspective, but how would you trade if you knew you could win 95% of the time?
oh
And it's just a
Carefree.
thought. It's just a thought. Like, would you still be like, oh man, if I lose 5% of my trades, would you still be worried about how big you're trading? Because if you're thinking like I'm gonna be making this huge profit on top, like, is that 5% of trades really that big a deal? Now, given like none of us here have a 95% win rate, to my knowledge. Like I said, just think about that. Think of how would I trade if 95% of the time I'd be correct. And I know within myself, like I trust myself and my intuition to be able to do that. And that's just, I love that idea. That's what I'm aspiring to personally.
I
Yeah, it's
love
gonna
that because
take familiarity and practice, you know. Yeah.
oh, sorry, what was that, Amala?
No, like because I've been playing guitar for 15 years now, and the way like I can improvise and jam with other people and get on the rhythm, it's not the same as when I was younger and I had to like maybe ask people what key are you playing in, and like there's some precautions there needed. Now with the amount of experience I have, it's just like second nature where I don't have to ask these type of questions. And I think it's around the same line of what Daniel's saying with trading is I think that as we get more experience, as we recognize the patterns, I think at some point like some people might not even have to like draw on their chart or like put like because they see all the levels lining up already. It's like they already see things without having to even write anything down. So that's definitely an advanced place, and I think it's just like I'm not gonna be doing backflips like my first attempt successfully, but I think people, if I practice them enough, I'm gonna be successful with that, and eventually not gonna be scared and can do it on like concrete and stuff. But I wouldn't try to backflip on my first time on concrete. I'll probably want a cushion, and I feel like the stop loss is like a cushion for a beginner trader that we get confused. We don't know what the market's doing when we're first starting off, and I think it's important to have those precautions in the beginning, because if not, people could get very discouraged very quickly, especially if they're working with real money, and it's like, oh wait, I'm not using the stop loss, and my trade's down like 50% of my account or something like that. We don't want to get to that ever.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
it's a balance. I think like, man, people get 95% win rate. That's impressive. I gotta say, that's impressive.
Okay, that's gonna be my goal. I just need some pictures of what charts that look like whatever a 95% account looks like. Can y'all send a pitch snapshot real quick to me so I can meditate on this?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just starting my journey technically. Like I've kind of like loaded in like all the like basic information. And I like to watch to like, okay, let me just start like hearing the things and identifying it. So that's like kind of my thing, but I've been stuck on whether I want to start with a demo account or if I want to just like go ahead and go in. And I know we always start with a demo account to just like play around, and that's probably how I'm gonna get like some exercise on how to actually like execute, right? But when I start actually trading, I'm feeling like I don't want to do that with a demo because of the same reason. Like, oh, having this cushion there, I don't want to train that, but I guess for the beginning, it's also good just to like get comfortable.
It's important because like I've been doing my live funded account challenge, and I think the stop loss saved me so many times. And honestly, because I was consistent with the amount I'm risking, that I could get stopped out like 4 times, 5 times, but I just get 2 wins, I'm already in profit. So it's like it's just about like it's about probability. And also like I think sometimes when we risk more than we're willing to lose, we tend to put a very short stop loss. Like I'm gonna give you an example because this has happened to me a lot, and I end up losing a lot of money that way on my trades. So I will say like maybe like let's say I wanted to get in a trade here because I think it's gonna go up, right? I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get in right here, and I'm gonna put my stop loss just after this body, and then I'm gonna put my take profit like up to this level, right? It's like I wanna like if that means I'm risking like $7 to make what is this? I don't know, 71 times 7. A
Is
lot.
there an calculate this faster?
There is. So like, oh, faster than doing it through here.
Okay, that I didn't realize there was that. Like I haven't used all the tools yet, but like trying to calculate the things, I was like, dang, I thought it did it automatically, but I guess not.
Yeah, so like let's say I'm gonna get into trade, like I wouldn't do a short lot. Let's say I put my stop loss here and I say I'm gonna get like, let's say I'm gonna do that trade. This is an example, right? The first thing I will do is I see my entry is at is this gray number right here. You can actually, if you double click this, you can change the your entry color on the side. So like if I want it to be blue, it would be blue, and it'd just be easier to see, okay, that's my entry. So you get your entry 1.8310. So I say 1.8310, and I put it on my open price 1.8310. And of course, I got to switch it over to, is it on USDGPY that I'm doing this? I think it was on British pound. Yeah, British pound. So I'm gonna choose the pair I'm trading, and I'm choosing. So let's say I got in a buy there. The first thing you calculate is the close price is gonna be your stop loss. So you're gonna go to the red number right here is where my stop loss is at. So it'd be 1.18188. So just got 1.18188. And then the last thing is your lot size. So that's how you see what is the lot size I want to use. If I'm on a $10,000 account, my risks usually I try to do like 0.1%, or like if I'm feeling real confident, I'll go up to 1%. But like usually I don't like to risk that much, like 1%. I like to risk like 0.1%. So that's like $10. I like to risk like $10 for a trade. So I'll see it, okay, like a 0.07, that's gonna be around $10. So I'll say, okay, that's my risk. I'm gonna accept that. I don't care if I get down $9, because it's not gonna affect my mind or it's not gonna affect my emotions. It's an easy risk to lose $9 right there. If my profit is gonna be up here, this purple number, so then I'm gonna take that number 1.19163. Whoops, I keep clicking that. 1.19163. So I'll put it right here. 1.19163, right? Am I right? And then I will gain $58 from that trade. So I'm sacrificing, maybe losing $9 to gain $58. Now, I could lose that trade like 3, 4, 5 times. I could be on a 5-time lose streak, and I can be like down like $45, right? If I make one successful trade, I'm already gonna be back in profit by $18 or so.
Yeah.
No, it's probably like I'm calculating by 9, but you get the picture. It's like you pretty much want to have the odds in your favor where your reward is gonna be greater. That's why when we calculate it, we usually like we want to make it so that like the default here is 1-to-1, so that's like a 50%, 50-50. But you know, with Cody, the way he trained us up is like try to do 1.5, so that at least you're gaining like half, 1.5 greater, and you're risking one. You're risking one, gaining 1.5. But like if you could get trades that are like, if you could have rode, let's say, like this trade down, right? And if you would have caught like this, where like you were here, um, let's say you caught the breakout like right here, and you're risking like right here, like you're just like, okay, I'm gonna put my stop loss there, and I'm gonna write it down. And you find like, okay, where's my next destination? Um, let's see. Oh, that's too far back. Let's say the 3 hour. Okay, so like, let's say from you saw this bottom right here, and you're like, I'm gonna write it down to this bottom, and so you just put your take profit down to that bottom. You would have made a successful trade, and the trade is like 5.5 times greater than your risk, and that's what that 5.46 right here on the risk reward means. It means that you're gaining 5 times more than you're risking, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure you're always risking way less than you're gonna gain. If your gain is like double, usually like if you can do like double the amount you're risking, like as your reward, and also a calculated entry, like you find a good place to enter where it's like where there's less doubt in your mind, like right here you see these engulfing candles, you would come to the conclusion, um like right here where it's not breaking, you'll come to the conclusion that, okay, we're going to continue downward, and you would find an entry based on that. So it's really we're thinking about probabilities here. We're just thinking about like we're calculating the chances of something happening. We're never guaranteeing what it's gonna do. And that's the secret, is like you don't want to guarantee, um especially in beginning phases, we don't want to guarantee that we know anything about what the market's going to do. And that's how we're going to be successful, because we could put on trade after the trade in a detached manner, where our stop loss getting hit is not going to affect our account. Like if I get stopped out, that's part of it, that's part of the game. We would think it in terms of like, that's like the cost, that's my overhead in my business. Like I gotta buy ingredients, I gotta do shopping, I gotta make sure I have everything stocked up in my business, because and a business with no product is not going to be a much of a business. So like there's always going to be a cost to starting up. And that's what we got. Trading is not like a video game that like, oh, just gonna have fun with it, and my money don't matter to me. Our money matters to us a lot, and that's why we don't want to just risk more than we're willing to lose. So that's why, in my belief, I love stop losses. I think stop losses are amazing. I don't think it's a sign of weakness. I don't think it makes you an inferior trader. I think it's just smarter, because like if I can get stopped out right here, right, and then and I lose like $2 here, $4, and then I could get an entry up here instead, then I get way more leverage to make way more money if I could be like, all right, I'm gonna short up here instead of down here, right? So that's why I like the stop loss, because it's like, okay, that invalidated my decision, and now I got to reevaluate where the price is going, because if it breaks that level, I know that the price is going to keep wanting to go upwards. So it's gonna bring me to more patience, and then I could be like, all right, like let's say I get a bounce right up there. It's like, okay, that's a better entry point for a short, because I'm now, if I get short up here, right, and then I can go way longer than what this was, right? So it's like can make way more money. So that's my philosophy on stop loss. I think is awesome. You couldn't do that before. In the old days, you had to call up your broker, and if they were busy or something, then you just gotta go with the major loss. You just gotta wait till the next day or whatever. So like many things have changed with the computer and the internet, and yeah, we got instant execution, instant closing our prices. So It's a blessing. It's a blessing.
Thank you
Yeah.
for that. That really brings like so much clarity. It's funny because like my mom's her game was always blackjack. And
Mm.
she whenever people like she's really good at it. And whenever people would ask her like, "Oh, how do you win?" She would say like, "Oh, guts and luck," right? Like that's just like her general answer. But she was like, "But really, it's like she's like, it's in here and money management." So she
Yeah.
would be like, money management. This is like how we manage it so that we can like
Yeah.
keep going from plays.
Yeah, because can't trade what I don't have. If I don't got money, if I don't got an account, if I empty out my account, well, where am I? How am I gonna make trades? And I've done that. I've done that, and I realized it wasn't worth it. Like for the feeling that rises up. I journal it here how it makes me feel. It makes me feel anxious and worried to put so much money on the table. But like if I have more of a win success rate practicing on small amounts, then when I do bigger amounts, I'm gonna feel that same exact way with the small amounts because it's all probability game, it's a numbers game. That's why the best gamblers are those people that count the decks and they're mathematic about it. They all I don't know if you've seen that one movie, I think it was called like 21 or something like
Yeah,
that. And the
yeah.
guy's like bah, 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 like calculating everything and on it and they get actually the casino get mad at people like that, like bring him in and like what you doing here, why you cheating and stuff, like they consider it
With
cheating, but like
like
you're just being smarter in the
mom wasn't
game.
smart, but for her it was like a mixture of like visualization, like knowing, like she's like she knew whether like she was getting a sense of like what was the next card. And so she knew like, okay, this is what I was gonna play. But she was also watching like if someone was sitting before you, how were they playing? Were they wasting her cards? Like they'll because she'll see like, oh, they're hitting too many times. So they're using my cards. Like I would have won if they hadn't hit that card, right? Like
Mhm.
certain things like that. So yeah, like I can see how like that's like building that pattern. Ooh, okay. I'm not as scared anymore.
Yeah, and then like it's fun, like risk like way less than you want and just have fun with it. Like I really like like risking like even if you start on a 10 or $1,000 account, like just try to make your risk like $1 for them and try to make your rewards like I don't know, like 5, $10. And over that
Okay.
consistency, it's like you're gonna start building up like cause like if we get stopped out quite often, our account goes down like on those larger trades. But if we instead get take profit more often, and maybe even taking profit closer, like before our thing is hit, our take profits hit, like you feel satisfied, like, oh, it's up $7. I don't need to go all the way to 10. You could just take it out and then wait. And then even if the price goes up, it's like you're still in profit every time. So like I really
Ooh.
like that. Like just try to be more in profit. If we ever feel fear, like oh, like we get that intuition, like oh, I think the price is gonna go down, but I wanna make that $100 instead of this amount. It's like maybe there just take it out and say, okay, I wanna trade from a place without fear, so I'm gonna wait. And for me, a lot of times that fear or intuition was right, and then I'm like, oh, I knew I should have taken it out. So I'm like, I don't want to be in that place where I knew I should have done it. I'm just going with it. Like I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it when my when our higher self tells us, um, and then we just do it. We're gonna feel good. We're gonna feel so good.
It's like the embodying piece. How else are you gonna trust yourself unless you actually act on trusting yourself?
Yeah, it's a cash flow business, as Daniel said. Yeah, yeah, and subconscious ness recognizing the patterns. Oh, that's my book. Oh, I got a book arrived in the mail. What? Let's see. It's 4:02. I actually have a birthday dinner I'm going to with family. I don't want to stop with y'all, but we're gonna catch up soon. I might go live again tomorrow because I think tomorrow the flow is gonna be nice. So if you hop on, maybe you got your demo account set up. We could go through some trades together because you could just start by like copying the trades I do, and I feel like it'll be successful. You just gotta when we trade together, actually we're gonna be even more successful. So my bigger vision is like we're gonna get on live streams pretty soon in our evolution of this group, and we're just gonna be making the money together. So like we can all put our consciousness together and be like, no, I think this is what the market's gonna do, and get more clarity. Like four eyes seeing better than, I don't know, four pairs of eyes seeing better than one pairs of eyes, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm really
yeah.
excited. Probably even create like an account for that like in its own too, so I can see how it does by itself. Okay, I'm gonna try this.
Hey, thank you for the birthday wishes, Maddie, and thanks for your message there on the Signal group. That was real sweet of you. And
Um,
thanks for recognizing that vibration. I'm gonna just keep doing better
it's
for the
that
world.
turn. It's a big deal. You going through it right now. Enjoy.
Yeah, I'm rising to my inner Heru, my inner Horus rising up.
Mm. All right. Have
Blessings
your
to y'all.
um
Ujasaneb Neb, prosperity, peace, love, ma'at for you all, and keep on keeping on. I'll see you when I see you.
good night, fam. Enjoy dinner. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Take care, y'all.